Hello and welcome to the DMV Roundtable. I am your host, Barreto, and in today's episode, I'm sitting here with my buddy, Ronnie Riojas, owner and operator of Burnt Ends BBQ. How are you, Ronnie?
Doing fabulous. Thank you for having me, Jose. Looking forward to the conversation. Definitely excited about the new opportunity to partner with you as well.
We're gonna definitely get to that. I definitely thank you for coming. I know that you're coming from far, so making the trek all the way here. I really appreciate your time, and I know you're a busy man. So
yeah. Well, I think we're all busy, right? It's just all depends on what we consider busy. But yeah, and it's funny because I've been here almost 14 years from Texas, living in Culpeper, Virginia, and I hear that a lot. That it's far Culpeper, but it really isn't.
It's really not. I mean, it's just the people from the most northern part of Virginia.
Right.
They find Culpeper to be a little
That's
far.
Right. They just want to go 15 miles because it takes an hour just to go 15 miles, right?
Yeah. When I went to pick up the food, I was like, oh shoot, I got to go all the way down there. But then, it's not
that
really
bad.
No, it's not bad.
Right.
It's not bad.
Right.
But
It's a beautiful scenery out in the Shenandoah Valley for sure.
It really is. It really is. So we'll start with letting people know who you are, and then we'll get into the restaurant. So tell me a little bit about your background. I know that you say you came from Texas, but where are you originally from?
Yeah, so my family and my people, I like to say my village is in Austin, Texas. I'm a native Texican and indigenous to that area. I like to my wife likes to make fun of me because our roots go deep in Texas, right? I'm a Texican, I'm soy Chicano, so Mexican American, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a fifth generation uncle, Jose Gregorio Esparza. He died at the Alamo and believed in James Bowie, the general at the time. So this is around 1836 when he died at the battle, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you go to the Alamo, they have heroes of the Alamo on these plaques, and his name is on there. They've basically dedicated to an elementary to recognize his contributions to that battle.
Okay.
So in San Antonio, Texas, they have an elementary named after him. So my roots go deep, right? It's what brought me here to the Northern Virginia territory is I actually was selling software and hardware for Dell. Started that career in inside sales back in 2004.
2004?
That's right.
Okay.
And so that's when we first had our first child, who's 18 today. Her name is Caitlin.
Okay.
Actually at Germanic Community
18
College.
today, huh?
Yeah. Well, no. She actually turned 18 back in November, but as of today, she's 18.
Today.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Correct. And so she, we have an 11-year-old son. Been married to my wife this coming June will be 19 years. Better be correct on that.
You better get that right.
Been together 21, 22 years, and my wife was also in the corporate world as an account director level contractor, lead generation company that was based also in Austin. So she was working remote when Dell relocated this year back in June of 2010.
Okay.
For me to manage the education, what we call SLED, state and local education space. So a lot of my accounts were in the Northern Virginia, D.C. territory. So, for example, Arlington County Public Schools, Arlington County. So a lot of data center solutions. Culpeper County was one of my accounts as well as the schools. So being the Dell rep, responsible for the entire Dell portfolio. And a lot of people didn't realize, but Dell is also, not only does it sell its own intellectual property, but it's one of the biggest resellers of other vendors' intellectual property as well. So, right.
Okay.
So my job as the account executive was to go and understand what these businesses and entities were trying to use technology to help them drive their business objectives and to integrate technology within that framework to help them be more efficient and to enable students or even their constituents or the community, right? To help do business easier with them.
Right.
So again, it brought us here.
So it brought you here in 2004.
Actually, no, in 2009. So
2009.
Yeah, my Dell career started in 2004.
Okay.
And even prior to
and
that.
then it brought you
That's
here.
right. So in 2009 is when they decided,
And did you come straight to Culpeper from Texas? Or?
No, we actually moved and lived in Centerville. So we're just right around the corner from here, right? So it's Station 2, so we got a chance to meet some really good friends that we're still friends with today. So, that was really a plus because, coming from the big family, like I was mentioning before, that was my life. That's what I love. I think that's what we all do. In regards to working hard and showing our kids is to work hard win with integrity.
Of course.
So that it's all about our family, right? And so that's what kept us from going back to Texas. I think my wife, she had a plan in her mind that she was never going to go back. In my mind, I was like 3 to 5 years we'll come to Virginia and then go back to Texas. And she's like, no, I'm not going. But you hear the people always say happy wife, happy life. Happy spouse, happy spouse, happy house, right? So at the end of the day, I'm happy. It took a little bit to transition, to be away from the village and not be around your own people, so to speak. But we've been able to at least take advantage of the opportunities that we've have had in front of us. For example, we realized real quick that there wasn't really any kind of barbecue that we're familiar with. I grew up with barbecue.
So you recognize that right away when you came?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, even the food alone, especially when you live in rural Virginia, compared to like the DC, Northern Virginia territory. I mean, the food is just a little bit different.
Right.
If you've ever been to Austin, Austin's just a great place, right? It's a great place to.
I've never been to Austin. I've been to Dallas. I've been to Houston, but I've never been to Austin.
Yeah, Austin's it's become the new Silicon Valley.
Yeah,
Dell has really put it on the map. But I mean, prior to that, it's live music capital of the world. It's basically a college town with the University of Texas. My mom, my brother, my sister, my aunt all graduated from the University of Texas.
Oh wow!
So we all bleed orange and. Burnt orange, I should say, and then also, dark blue for our
burnt
Cowboys.
orange.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And so, Austin is a great place. It definitely changed a lot over the years, but it's still considered. I still consider it home, right? But at the end of the day, now Ricksville, Virginia, Culpeper County is home. We love it. We bought a home, I guess our first home there in 2012, and then of course in 2015 we decided to open up our Burnt Ends BBQ catering food truck mobile business. We started with one big.
Yeah. Let's get into that. I want to know So the inspiration for it was to open the barbecue restaurant was because
my father. I think in 1979 when I was 4, he opened up his own barbecue restaurant down in Austin, Texas, on the East Austin side.
Oh, okay. So your father owned.
He did.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in 1986 Fajita champ in Austin, Texas. So I did a lot of got an opportunity to. You'd be able to work with not only him, but even his father. So I spent a lot of time with my grandfather and my dad, just growing up as a small kid up until almost 16, working festivals and caterings and things like that with my folks. And so that's what really I think is very nostalgic for me and why I enjoy, because there's not a lot of margin in food.
Right.
So you got to really love what you do in order to be able to go after something you really love, because if you don't love it, then it's just not going to be any fun, right?
Now, did you learn how to barbecue at an early age?
I did.
Okay.
I did, yeah. So just being around my dad having the barbecue restaurant from 79 to almost 1990. He closed it in 1990. I mean, I see now why. Right when I turned 16, that's when he decided to close it and move away. Not move away, but move away from being an actual owner, and moving over to the Cisco food distributor side to go work for Cisco, and then retired after 26 years there. But it's not easy, right? To have people on payroll, or it's a revolving door, or again, not a lot of margin in food. So you have to love what you do, and you just have to. I think when people approach me about wanting to start, whether it's a restaurant or a food truck business, again, you got to keep some things in mind. You got to keep a simple menu.
Right.
Try not to make everybody happy. You got to do what you do best.
Right.
Because once you add more to your menu, then your food cost goes up and your margins go down. But we've been successful in regards to just plugging away, not giving up. Just
sure.
My wife was kind enough to quit her corporate job. Back in 2016, because again, after about a year, when we opened it up in 2015, because we started with one big 40-foot long gooseneck trailer that's built from the ground up. It has a 2,000-pound wood-burning smoker in there, everything from a restroom, a TV mounted on the outside of one of the windows for games. And
so you have a restaurant and a food truck?
We do. We have 3 actual total trailers today now.
Okay.
So we actually, so we actually got a couple of more that are mobile trailers. They're just little box trailers that are basically just warm and hot, cold cabinets that hold food hot and cold. Nothing gets really, cooked on there, so to speak, other than just holding it hot and cold. So those operate within Northern Virginia. So you're talking about Loudoun County, Arlington County, Prince William County, Fauquier County.
Okay.
So we operate within that northern and central Virginia, and even the cusp of the southern Virginia territory. So
okay.
Did
you move them around? How does that work? Like
we do. I mean, they all stay at our Ricksville property. And so when we do caterings or any kind of weddings, things like that, we got people on payroll. We have a young man by the name of Gabe, Fry. He's been with us since he was 16. He's 23 today. So we've been able to befriend and find good people that help us with our product and our quality of our product, and actually treat it as if their own, right? So I think that's the biggest key in what's successful with the business, in any business, right? You got to find people that own it, that love it, that want to be a part of the family, and so they are our family, and they will always be family, and so that's been really nice to see, just to be able to meet people that want to own their lives and own the job that they've been given, and own the opportunity that's in front of them, right? So I think just trying to me being 48 this past January 8th, I've come to learn about positive energy and manifesting positive things that I want in my life, because I think that, I grew up Catholic. And we pray a lot, and I think if you really think about it, it's the same concept, right? You know, if you're gonna pray to a God, you can also pray about manifesting your thoughts. I mean, you got to put the work in. You got to put the work in. You got to put the work in. However, if you just stay on that positive mindset and don't, you know, stray away from that, you will get to your goals.
For sure.
And so that's what I teach my kids today. Because again, I have an 18-year-old daughter, 11-year-old son, and it's been great to see them even as they've grown up and mature. Because we have a lot of friends that we, like I said, that are our Virginia family and that, you know, love our kids and that are respectful. And that's what I love to see is the growth from, you know, not only myself, but from the kids and us as a family as a whole. Because life's short. You know, I put a number out there today that if you do the math, you know, there's 365 days in a year. You're lucky to live to 90, right? 90 times 365 is 32,850 days.
That's how many days you've got.
Right. So let's round it up to 33,000 days. I've already lived 17,000 days because I'm 48, right? So now I got about 15,000 days left, right? So what am I going to do with that? Am I going to gravitate towards positive energy? Am I going to help people? Am I going to pay it forward and be humble? Or am I going to just, you know,
great attitude.
So that's how I live life today. Just trying to pay it forward, be humble, and just own every day I've been given.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, and again, I think you've created a great product. I tasted it myself. I had it this past weekend with friends and family who, by the way, loved it. Thank you so much. No, you know, you basically cater our party, so that was excellent.
We love it.
Anything in particular? Do you do something special about your? Is the sauce your? Okay, because my wife was crazy about the sauce. By the way,
people use it as it's a tomato-based sauce, right? But you know, people use it as a salad dressing.
It's definitely different,
right?
It's definitely different, but it's so good.
It is. It's
kind of have this orangey look to it,
right?
But the taste is amazing.
A little bit of mustard in there, but you know, it is tomato based, and
so this is a family recipe.
It is. So you know, when you talk about Texas barbecue, it's all about. Texas is a big state, so when I lived in Central, obviously Texas, so when you find barbecue smokehouses within Central Texas, it's more of a dry rub.
Right.
So meaning that, you know, we keep it simple, less is more. Salt, pepper. You know, there's a little bit of cayenne pepper in there to give a little bit of kick. But other than that, that's all it is. That's all we need to put in our we don't inject it with anything, no liquid smoke. We smoke with oak wood. A lot of the smokehouses down in Texas, they use either pecan, mesquite, or oak, what they call live oak. So we're using a little bit of different oak we're using here, but I mean, because there's red oak, there's white oak around here, but we're using a mixture of a little bit of both. But yeah, so it's all just, you know, traditional, you know, Mexican-American, Chicano type Tex-Mex recipes. Because now that we have the barbecue business and the catering business with 3 mobile trailers, you know, this past July we opened up a restaurant and also a full bar, which is located on Main Street, 401 South Main Street in town of Culpeper. So town of Culpeper's got a lot of history, which I didn't realize when I first moved here. You know, George Washington founded it and surveyed it when he was 17.
Right.
There's a lot of battlefields within the area, so there's walking distance even to the Amtrak love station, if you will. Is what I like to call it. It's a big love sign where Virginia's lovers and things like that. But it's in town of Culpeper. So yeah, we've been able to be successful enough to say, okay, let's take a next shot at trying to open up a full bar and restaurant, because that's something that we've always wanted to do. Being that we were a food truck, we really didn't have a home, so to speak.
Right.
You know, so we really wanted to have a home, and now that we put the time in and been in the business since 2015, we figured, okay, now is the time to go ahead and move forward to the next step. Because I mean, you know, restaurants are hard as it is. I mean, I think they're one of the first small businesses to fail within the first couple of years of any small business.
Yeah, for sure.
So we felt like, you know, we had the right amount of following. A lot of our customers were saying, when are you going to do it?
You do, and then the restaurant is in a really great location. It's right off of that main street, and I think it's easy to find, you know, with a lot of traffic. So I think you chose the right location. So
yeah, so we're happy with it. You know, it's just it just takes time to, you know, get the word out and get brand awareness. So sometimes, I mean, I see why people, you know, don't do it. These new adventures in regards to opening businesses, because there's a lot of risk. Right?
Yeah, for sure. How did COVID affect you guys?
Well, for us, you know, we didn't have the restaurant time, so you know.
So you didn't have the actual brick and mortar location. I mean, you had but you still had the food truck, right?
We did, and we were mobile.
Did that affect you though?
It in a sense, it actually helped us. Because,
tell me.
Because at the end of the day, you know, when everything shut down within the diners, and again, you know, you wish the diners and restaurant businesses so much success, because I mean, they're out of any small business, they got the short end of the stick, in my opinion, because you know, nobody was going to the restaurants, right? I mean, everybody was just fearful to go inside of the restaurants. And so if you didn't know how to pivot and be flexible to address that demand in regards to go orders and caterings and so forth, you were going to be left behind. And so we were fortunate to go stationary. Battlefield Automotive, which is located in the Culpeper off Highway 29, James Monroe Highway. They were kind enough to let us come set up out there. So we were stationary for the 2 years. I mean, we had mobile trailers when we did had them send them out. They did go out, but really they were just to go drop food off, things like that, because there wasn't a lot of events going on. But that really gave us a lot of more brand awareness. I think there's like 50,000. I mean, people weren't traveling as much during that time, but again, prior to COVID, there was like 50,000 people that travel on Highway 29, which take you back into DC or back out to like Charlottesville, for example, right?
Right.
So it really did, give us a lot more brand awareness. So we were pretty busy during the COVID years. And then once COVID kind of, the thing kind of lifted up, if you will, that's when things kind of started to go back to normal. But it really did help us. I mean, you saw a lot more food trucks starting to pop up once COVID started to hit, especially after the first year.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, it was just difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it was difficult for everybody. Now, what about your staff? I know that you mentioned that your wife works with you. You have a kind of like a blend. When I went there, you have family, and it looked like everybody was super friendly with a smile on their face. Tell me a little bit about your staff. Who are the people that work with you?
Yeah, I mean, of course, like I said, Maria Teresa Riojas is my wife, and been married with her 19 years this coming June. But we have an 18-year-old daughter named Caitlin who's going to Germanna Community College, which is part of the VCCS, Virginia Community College System, and she wants to get a business degree. So we have her on payroll. Our son, Ronan, is 11. I don't think he's on payroll yet, but we still pay him under the table, so to speak. But he does know how to operate our POS system. He knows how to take orders. So that's one thing about, that we teach our kids, is that we've always talked to them as young adults. And
for sure.
They know what a breaker is. They need to understand these things, because what happens if I'm not here, right?
Exactly.
So yes, we have.
And you never know. Maybe he'll end up loving the business.
That's right. I mean,
like the same way you did.
That's right.
When you were young.
Yeah. No,
you never know.
He's a little hustler. He goes out and walks around the town and recruits people to come eat and finds musicians for us and everything. So he's a lot like me, but also a lot like his mom, which is good.
What does he think of your new mac and cheese?
You know what? He loves it, because he loves our queso.
So by the way, it's just for everybody listening. He's trying out this new mac and cheese that I thought was phenomenal. By the way, everybody at the party loved it.
Awesome.
Thought it was much better than the other one. The other one.
Yeah, because we don't make the other one.
Great.
Yeah, because I mean, we saute that American melt cheese to make a queso dip, right, with some poblano peppers that are sauteed and some sweet onions and fresh tomatoes.
It is so good.
Everything's fresca, right? Everything's fresh.
That's your recipe.
It is. So it's garlic, tomatoes, onion, sweet onion, as well as even some poblano peppers that we saute first, and then we add the cheese over that. Maybe a little bit of water into the cheese, But yes, it is yummy. That's like a slice of, us Texans, we love our queso, we love our cheese, and we put cheese on everything.
So you have that barbecue, and then that mac and cheese is it's killer, man.
That's awesome,
it's killer.
My wife, somebody had told us that y'all should put your queso on some on some noodles, right? And like, okay, we should try that. And
great idea.
Yeah, we're always trying a little bit things differently. Hence,
you might be able to sell that.
I think so, right?
Like on its own, like
in a little bottle.
In a little jar. In a jar.
Yeah, frozen. Yeah,
it's that good.
Thank you.
It's
I
that
appreciate
good.
it.
Yeah,
we love our queso, and we love just the fact that people love our food, because it's all the food that I grew up eating, pretty much.
Right.
We actually call we were joking, because my grandmother down in Austin, she makes what's called a Mexican macaroni, but it's not the same type of recipe that I've given you with the mac and cheese that we provided you and your family. But I was saying we should call it Mexican macaroni.
Mexican macaroni. Yeah.
It's too funny. But yeah, we just love what we do. I think it's all about just meeting new people and eating fresh food and having fresh energy and providing that same vibe, in whether it's in the restaurant, whether it's with people I meet.
Right.
I just want them to understand that that we're just normal people, everyday people, hardworking people, and just trying to make a living and trying to show our kids, how to...
Very hardworking, to the point where now you got your real estate license too.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's something that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Very
and
congratulations
with the help
that.
of you. I couldn't have... I couldn't get past that goal line on the assessment.
I'm so glad you did it. I think you're going to be fantastic. I think, your work ethic, it's great. And I think the love that you have for your area, I think it's going to serve your family, friends well in that area. I think you're going to do very, very well in real estate as well.
I think with the help of you and the team, because we're all a team, I think that's what really I've learned from, is really trying not to stress over things I don't know, but
right.
Just learning and networking as much as possible. Right?
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
so.
I think you're going to be great. I think, I think real estate for you in Culpeper, you coming down there with everything you've learned, I think you're going to serve your community well.
And Commonwealth, the Culpeper County too. Thank you so much. But Culpeper County as well is one of the fastest growing counties.
It really
in the Commonwealth.
is. It really is. And it needs good people. It needs good agents.
Yes. And, Loudoun County, Fairfax, Prince William. It's very saturated. Everything's starting to move this way. So
it has to.
As a business owner, small business owner, I'm really excited about that growth.
Yep.
I think a lot of people don't like growth, but me as a business owner, I love it. Right.
Yeah.
I like to see that and like to see all the opportunity that's ahead.
Absolutely.
Especially for something. I definitely want to build a legacy, or at least leave something behind for my kids, and to show them how they can start a business from the ground up, and they can do anything they want. And I think by leading by example only shows that even more. Right?
Absolutely.
So I'm really excited about this next chapter. I've always wanted to do it. Just never had the time with software sales or hardware sales that I was doing with Dell, and then raising a family. But now that my kids are pretty much, they can do things on their own. Right. That it makes it easier to now go, get this business started. And so I'm really looking forward to, really learning from you and picking your brain. And absolutely. Because I know there's a lot to learn. I look forward to having those conversations and get you to where you want to be for sure. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting times for me and my family, and I'm just looking forward to, like I said, just growing the business and meeting new families to help them with their new purchase homes or investments. Because it's just an exciting time to, whether you're starting a family, whether you're looking to just make an investment. This area is so beautiful. Upgrade, downgrade, absolutely. There's so much to do out here in this area. So much to do, for sure. Growing up in Texas, you're stuck in one state because it's such a big state. Yeah. Here in the DMV, I mean, if you want some diversity, it's from Culpeper, it's an hour away. The Carolinas are only 5 hours away. There's so much up here. There really is. 2 hours away is Baltimore. I mean, so you're not stuck in just one culture. For sure. So that's what I love about living here in the DMV. That's awesome. In Northern Virginia. It's been good to me and my family. So this is home for us, and we're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. We're not letting you go either. My family's like, you're never coming back to Texas? And I'm like, no. I'm going to go visit. That's right. I'll go visit, and y'all can come visit as much as you like. But this is home now, and we love it. So, okay. All right. And the fact that we've been able to meet people like yourself, people that are driven people and passionate people and love what they do, it just makes it even more. That's awesome. More beneficial and exciting. That's great. Yeah. All right. Well, you do catering. You have a brick and mortar. Give us the address. What's the address of the restaurant again? Yeah. So it's 401 South Main Street. So it's literally right on Main Street. So again, I'm going to put all of this, by the way, at the bottom. You guys will find it at the bottom of the video. But go ahead. Yeah. It's 401 South Main Street. It's actually located in the Lord Culpeper Hotel, which is actually a historic landmark. It is the oldest hotel in Culpeper. It's right there on Main Street. We're in the basically Main Street level, so because they have a basement bar down there, but we're actually on the Main Street level. So as you drive by, you're going to actually see, two picnic tables, little picket fence. We're in the process of getting a permit submitted and so forth. So hopefully I'll have that permit submitted with the county for a patio deck that we'll put out in front of the... That will be nice, especially in the nice month weather, or the nice weather months. That would be amazing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. You're also on social media, so how can we find you on social media? Yeah, so Facebook, Instagram, it's just the Burnt Ends BBQ LLC. Okay. Yeah, and there's 2 Facebook pages, because now that we have the restaurant, there's Burnt Ends BBQ EMAS, because again, we're doing more than just barbecue at our restaurant, so everything from Tex-Mex food, burritos, nachos, quesadillas, salad bowls with whatever protein you like, whether it's plant-based protein or even barbecue, nice. Right? Steak and chicken fajitas, rice and beans, guacamole, pico de gallo, salsa. So it's the whole 9 yards. All the food that I grew up, eating my life, right? All right. So I'm also going to put the handle for both his Facebook and Instagram page at the bottom. I have tasted the food. I know it's great. If you're looking for some good barbecue, you're not going to do much better. So, Ronnie, again, thank you for coming here. Thank you for taking the time. I really appreciate it. And I wish you, your wife, your family, continued success in real estate. I'm going to help you out, but the barbecue place is on its way. So I'm looking forward to it, sir. I mean, I know looking at talking with you and actually being a part of your class and learning from you, I know that I'm going to be successful. I know it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. Yep. But if I just put the work in and
you do. You put the work in. So
I guess last thing too is, once I do get my first win under my belt in regards to helping a family with close a home, we will cater your housewarming party. So
there you go.
If you buy from us, we'll come personally cook for you. Right?
There you go. Hey, so, I love that.
It's a win-win, right?
Can my clients get that too?
Of course.
All right.
Let's go.
Hey, you heard it here. I got you on camera.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you, Ronnie, again. Appreciate it.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Well, thank you for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you at the next one.
Perfect.